So this is a 32 ND filter. Battery's about dead on the standalone. Let's see what that looks like real fast.
This is a Fox News alert. The government is back open. I'm Dave Anthony. Right after the House joined the Senate approving funding for the government, President Trump signed it last night, ending the longest ever shutdown. He blames Democrats for.
We're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was.
The bill funds the government through January 30th and SNAP food assistance through September. Fox's Mark Meredith is at the Capitol.
6 Democratic House members voting with the majority of the Republican caucus to reopen the government. Many Democrats are still furious with a handful of their Senate colleagues who voted to end the shutdown despite not getting anything for their biggest demand, which was more money to help cover Obamacare insurance plans.
Democrats keep pushing to extend expiring Obamacare tax credits, which will have millions of Americans paying more next year. GOP Congresswoman Laurel Lee tells Fox.
Republicans are committed to driving down the cost of premiums, to making health care affordable, quality coverage.
Travel is still affected, even though air traffic controllers will get paid. Almost 1,000 flights canceled again today, nearly 500 delayed. But Fox Business Network's Brady Trimble at Reagan National Airport near D.C. says that is going to get better.
Even just the hope of the government reopening improved staffing levels at air traffic control facilities across the country compared to the previous few days.
A new Democrat joined her party, voting no on funding after Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva was finally sworn in, something the shutdown delayed. She had won a special election September 23rd in Arizona to replace her late father, Raul, who died in March.
I will sign the discharge petition right now to release the Epstein files.
Now, the House will vote on that next week in the search for more information and clients in the late Jeffrey Epstein's underage girl sex trafficking scheme. Lawmakers have released more documents. President Trump keeps calling it a hoax, and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says
Jeffrey Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago until President Trump kicked him out because Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and he was a creep.
America's listening to Fox News.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Again, our top Fox News story, the 43-day government shutdown is over after President Trump signed the funding bill the House joined the Senate approving. 2 Republicans voted no. One of them was in protest.
A furious Republican Congressman, Greg Steube, breaking with his own party over a bill to reopen the government.
I don't think I can vote to give $500,000 to Lindsey Graham.
This after a provision was included to allow Republican senators whose phone records were allegedly looked at as part of an investigation into the events of January 6 to sue for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of the senators argue it justifies the alleged damages from the probe. House Speaker Mike Johnson says legislation will be taken up next week to overturn the provision. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Now, that special counsel Jack Smith investigation into the Capitol riot led to an indictment against then-candidate Donald Trump, dropped after he was elected president again. Reverend Jesse Jackson is hospitalized in Chicago. The civil rights leader is being observed for what's called progressive supranuclear palsy, a rare progressive neurodegenerative disease. On Wall Street, stock futures down modestly the day after another big Dow surge to a record high over 48,000, though the Nasdaq went down a second straight day. The best pitchers in Major League Baseball last season honored last night.
Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens have joined elite company. Skubal, the Tigers' ace, became just the 12th player to win the Cy Young in consecutive years. Skubal had the lowest ERA in the AL and didn't give up a run in 12 of his 31 starts. And Pirates flamethrower Paul Skeens continues to rack up the awards, winning his first National League Cy Young 1 year after being named the NL Rookie of the Year. Skeens is the first pitcher since Dwight Gooden in the mid-'80s to win Rookie of the Year one season and a Cy Young the next. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
Today they'll hand out awards to the most valuable player in the American League and the MVP for the NL. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
This Tech Check briefing is sponsored by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. I'm Julie.